U.S. F-16 Fighting Falcons from Europe arrived in the South China Sea. Welcome to our video on the recent deployment of U.S. F-16 Fighting Falcons to the South China Sea. This move comes amid growing tensions between the United States and China and is seen as a response to China's increasing military presence in the region. In this video, we'll explore why the F-16s were sent to the South China Sea, what capabilities they bring to the table, and what implications this deployment may have for the ongoing conflict between the two nations. The United States Air Force has deployed F-16 Fighting Falcons from Europe to the South China Sea, in what's seen as a response to China's growing military presence in the region. The deployment marks a significant escalation in tensions between the two nations and has raised concerns about the potential for military conflict in the region. The Pentagon has announced that it will temporarily move its F-16 Fighting Falcon jets from Germany to Okinawa, Japan. This move is aimed at bringing more advanced aircraft to the region and comes as the Kadena Air Base is still bidding farewell to the phase-wise withdrawal of the F-15 C and D aircraft. The relocated F-16s, which belong to the 52nd Fighter Wing at Spangdahlem Air Base in Germany, arrived at Kadena on January 16th. This decision to transfer the fighter jets from Europe to Japan is significant, especially as the ongoing conflict in Ukraine by Russia continues and NATO members are working to secure their airspace. The F-16 Fighting Falcon is a multi-role fighter aircraft that's been in service with the United States Air Force since the 1970s. It's known for its agility, speed, and versatility, and has been used in a wide range of missions, including air-to-air combat, ground attack, and reconnaissance. The deployment of the F-16s to the South China Sea is part of a broader strategy by the United States to bolster its military presence in the region and counter China's growing influence. The move has been met with strong criticism from China, which has accused the United States of militarizing the region and escalating tensions. While the deployment of U.S. F-16s is likely to increase tensions in the region, it's also a reminder of the U.S.'s commitment to maintaining stability and protecting its interests in the Indo-Pacific region. Despite the criticisms, the United States has defended its actions, stating it has a duty to ensure the security and stability of the region. The F-16s are expected to play a key role in this effort, as they're well suited for the type of missions that may be required in the event of a conflict. The Air Force stated in a press release that the newly arrived F-16s at Kadena Air Base will integrate their unique capabilities to help deter and, if necessary, prevail over acts of aggression that threaten peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific. Before the relocation of the F-16s from Germany, the U.S. had already deployed the 5th-generation F-22 Raptors to the region. The F-22A Raptors from the 3rd Wing at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Alaska arrived at Kadena on November 4th, 2022, and there are now several dozens of them stationed in Japan. Air Force spokeswoman Anne Stefanik said the Air Force would rotate newer and more advanced 4th and 5th generation fighters to take their place. Stefanik did add that even though the rotation would be temporary, the military would maintain a steady state presence at Kadena. This indicates the strategic significance of Okinawa Island in the wider Asia-Pacific region, especially given the rising tensions with China and North Korea. Stefanik added, "Modernizing our capabilities in the Indo-Pacific theater remains a top priority for the United States. The transition to more capable aircraft at Kadena exemplifies our continued commitment to enhancing our posture and building on the strong foundation of our alliance with Japan." Stefanik stated that the military will continue to utilize its global force management process to maintain a fighter presence at Kadena, known as backfill, to sustain regional deterrence and fulfill treaty obligations to Japan until a permanent solution is found. The number of F-16s that were relocated from Spangdahlem Air Base and the length of their stay at Kadena Air Base has not been specified by the U.S. Air Force. In addition to Germany, the USAF also has fighter jets stationed in Italy and England within Europe. The transfer of F-16s from Germany to Japan could be a step towards a permanent solution. The F-16 Fighting Falcons will support operations at Kadena Air Base and the Western Pacific region in conjunction with the F-22 Raptors. Last week, the Pentagon and the State Department announced a strengthened partnership with Japan during a meeting with the country's foreign and defense ministries, known as a 2+2 meeting. American and Japanese officials discussed their shared concerns regarding China's growing military presence in the Pacific region. The tensions between the United States and China have increased since U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan in August of last year. In response to Pelosi's visit, China conducted live fire exercises and simulated an invasion of Taiwan. The People's Liberation Army, or PLA, has reportedly conducted practices to repel external interference from the United States or Japan in case it decides to launch a military invasion of Taiwan, which is a self-ruled island. On the other hand, the President of the United States has stated that his country would defend Taiwan if it were to come under attack, further widening the divide between the two rivals. In December of 2022, a United States Air Force (USAF) RC-135 spy aircraft was approached dangerously by a PLA Air Force J-11 fighter jet. The USAF reported that the Chinese aircraft nearly collided with the USAF's surveillance plane. Additionally, the United States plans to reorganize its marine presence on the Okinawa Islands in Japan as the country is undergoing its largest military expansion since World War II, aimed at deterring China from attacking Taiwan or nearby Japanese islands. Japan and the United States aim to strengthen the islands that separate the East China Sea from the Western Pacific, as they're close to Taiwan and are part of what military strategists refer to as the First Island Chain, which extends down to Indonesia and encompasses China's forces. The Pentagon stated after last week's meeting that the ministers concurred that China's foreign policy aims to reshape the international order to its advantage and to use its growing political, economic, military, and technological power to achieve that goal. In conclusion, the arrival of U.S. F-16 Fighting Falcons in the South China Sea is a significant development, and one that's being closely watched by countries in the region and beyond. It remains to be seen what impact this deployment will have on the already fragile situation in the South China Sea, but it's clear that the world is paying close attention to this escalating situation.